3, 2, 1. Oh, we're already going.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to The Cut. You got me, Tom, one of your hosts, and one of my co-hosts, Anthony Aquendo. Anthony, say what's up.
What's up?
All right, everybody. Welcome to our newest episode here on this Wednesday in late April. We got a couple topics we're going to hit going forward in this episode, but before we get into that, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, the video, everything, so we can reach a bigger audience and get you more content. We're going to talk about what's going on with Iran. We're going to talk about Jontay Porter's lifetime ban. And then we'll talk about Elon Musk potentially charging new people to use X.
That's wild.
That is wild. So, without further ado, welcome into The Cut. Let's get it going.
Let's roll.
How are you today?
I'm good, Tom.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Feeling motivated.
Motivated?
You know how sometimes you need, people say stay motivated.
Yeah.
Just stay disciplined. And you know what? The motivation will come after the discipline.
Well, Young Jeezy made an album called Hustler's Motivation, and he's always disciplined because he is the snowman. You know, he was a great guy. He's still alive. But anyway.
You talk about him like
he's
dead.
Oh, my God. No, it's Hustler's Ambition, excuse me, not Motivation. My bad. I just did him wrong. Anyway, there is some stuff going on between Iran and Israel right now. And to be honest with you, Anthony, when you told me about it earlier, didn't really know anything about it, so I had to look it up. Looks a little crazy. People are talking that they might be worried about World War III.
Right, exactly. So what'd you see, Tom?
So I basically saw that there was a drone attack from Iran to Israel. The United States hopped in and helped deflect about 300 drones, as I understand it. Again, getting involved in something that we shouldn't be getting involved in my honest opinion. One thing I liked about Donald Trump's policy was America first. By helping out Israel, I don't see how in any way, shape, or form that is America first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd have to ask the question, what do we gain from helping Israel out?
I think the only thing we really gain from helping Israel out is if we're in a conflict in the future, Israel helps us out. I really think that's the only thing. Because I don't think Israel has a lot of oil. Do they?
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Okay. What would be our major trade with Israel? Like what do we really do with them? Besides steal and appropriate their religions?
Well, that's my question. So, what do we have to gain?
Clout, maybe.
I think you had a valid point at the beginning there. If we get into some shit, they'll come aid us. Ideally, they got a pretty decent military.
Yeah, they do.
But you know what's crazy is they're only the size of New Jersey.
Yeah, and let's call a spade here. Just because you help someone out, you know what I mean, doesn't mean it's going to be quid pro quo. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that they're going to help us. It doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? Just because you help them doesn't mean they're going to do it. You would like to think that they would.
I think we share a lot of information with Israel and vice versa. Okay. Because Mossad is like our CIA, but they're I've heard a lot of good things. They're very efficient, very good at what they do. So maybe we're there for intel.
That actually might be a really valid point. Intel, you know, we can gain a lot from Israel in terms of intelligence. Mm-hmm. I mean, it only helps us out down the line. It only helps us out when dealing with Iran because we deal with Iran indirectly or directly often.
Here, let's look at this. So I just Googled, what does the U.S. benefit from Israel? Critical components of leading American high-tech products are invented and designed in Israel, making these American companies more competitive and more profitable globally. Cisco, Intel, Motorola, Applied Materials, and HP are just a few examples.
Okay, so computer chips, shitty cell phones.
Critical components of leading American high-tech products are invented and designed in Israel.
So not the product itself, but just a key operating
It's invented and designed. So it's not made there. No. I mean, to me, this just means they have smart people. But I feel like you can find people who can design this shit and invent it.
But think about this. When it's American made,
It's not
higher
American made
priced.
though.
I know, but you're saying you can get smart people anywhere. So I thought you were kind of leading into just do it in America. But if you design it and build it and everything in America, there's a cost to that, and that's where your prices are going to go up. They've already gone up.
Yeah, I know. That's because
Like-
we import everything.
Like, well, think about like there's so obviously I sell cars. I mean, you see people come in all the time. The car prices are crazy, yada yada. And hey, I understand. I'm not insensitive to the subject, but I mean, like you've got so let's say the Chevy Trax, right? Very popular vehicle right now. Some people say, "Oh man, well, some of that's made in Korea. I ain't buying that." Well, sir, you're already telling me how expensive the car is. Do you understand if like we built everything in America, how expensive that would be?
But see, to me, that's ass backwards.
I don't think. I think it makes complete sense.
Why though? I mean, if we're making it here, we don't. The cost of shipping.
But think about what you're paying someone in Israel.
Yeah, no, I
money's
understand that part.
different.
I understand that labor is cheaper.
Labor's cheaper.
And
Labor's not going to be
Not
as
only
cheap out
that,
here.
not only that, regulation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're much stricter.
Yeah,
We're much stricter.
that's why a lot of companies do take their business elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
They're manufacturing elsewhere and then
We're
have
a
it
global
imported.
market, man. I mean, everything's a global market. You know what I mean? Like, it's a global shopping place. It's a global assembly line. I mean, but I think that that's good. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd like a product that was made strictly in America, like a truck. Like, because the way I think of it is, a truck that was $58,000 2 years ago is about $61,000 right now, right? If it goes to American made, that's 61,000 becomes 65,000, 70,000.
Yeah.
I mean, a key case in point, where is General Motors manufacturing their their EV vehicles?
Where are they manufacturing them? I would say
Look it up.
one
real
of
quick.
three. I'm going to take a guess, Tom. Where do you think? Or do you already know?
I already know.
You already know.
I already know.
Okay. Manufacture its electric vehicles.
EV. Yeah, EV.
Where does okay. About Factory Zero. Sterling to Detroit. Okay, I don't where
Where are GM electric cars made?
pickups until 2025. Automaker now.
So it's in Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. So it's all being made and manufactured and everything here. Now, as I understand it.
Oh, look at that. You see that?
Yeah, I do. Ramos Arizpe?
Is Arispe?
Arispe?
General,
Mexico.
General Motors wants to produce exclusively electric cars so only electric cars at its plant. That doesn't mean that they're only going to
Electric.
No, that doesn't mean they're only going to manufacture these
In Mexico.
in Mexico. Just at that plant, they only want to do electric
Yes.
cars. Okay, so that doesn't mean shit to me.
So what I'm getting at is those vehicles, the electric trucks, you can kind of see right now, GM electric vehicles, they are going to be fantastic cars. I mean, we have a Blazer EV on our lot right now that I've driven. I've driven the Hummer, the SUV and the truck. I've drove both. I haven't drove a GMC or a Chevrolet truck yet from there, but I've seen them. Okay, bro, like a Hummer SUV is $100,000. Like the electric, it only comes in electric.
So
An
are you
RST
saying?
Silverado? So my truck,
Yeah.
my exact truck,
Mhm.
only electric, is $120,000 more.
$120,000 more than the one that yours
and I
cost.
already paid a pretty penny for that.
Right.
Now
And that's manufactured in Detroit.
that's as I'm understanding it from reading that and from what I know and from like what I know just working in the auto industry, I don't think that anything's manufactured outside the United States for these electric vehicles. I think that it's all assembled and the parts are from here. Like, that's a case in point if that's the fact. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know that that would be the case because think about it. I mean, we just saw that one headline that said GM wants to do exclusively,
But they haven't yet.
but that doesn't mean they're not making. All right, so let's go back. Let's take a look.
But what I'm getting
Are they
at is, what
making?
if the price falls?
Will only build EVs in Mexican plant from 2024. But here's my question: Are they making these? Are they making these cars at this plant already? Are they making these electric cars at this plant already? And according to this, let's zoom in. General Motors wants to produce. Let's see. According to the tweet, representative, the company stated that the plant Ramos Arizpe will produce only electric vehicles for 2024.
It's not official
Converting
yet,
to
though.
produce electric cars last year. General Motors began converting. Okay, so it began. So they're working on it. So do you think these cars are going to get cheaper now that they're making them elsewhere?
I mean, they almost have to.
Do they?
Yeah, man. Because if you're a vehicle company, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, BMW, what have you, a lot of these people are making the initiative to go or promote very heavily an electric vehicle, right? I mean, so the thing is, how can you, and I'm not saying that General Motors does this, you know what I mean, but like you're putting such an emphasis on this stuff, right? But how are people going to afford that?
So you're saying they have to seek more cost-friendly manufacturing options
Yeah. Now,
in order for the consumer to be able to afford
it,
Okay.
you know, like Ford, their Ford Lightning,
Mhm.
right? It's the F-150 Lightning. I've seen them for $80,000. And granted, that's still a very good chunk of money. And I don't know. I didn't see up close to see if it was comparable in trim and options to the RST, you know?
Let me ask you a question, Tom, because I'm curious where this goes, right? So we already, even for combustion engines and just a lot of things in general, we manufacture, like Apple. Apple's designed in California, but it's made and produced out of China. I'm sure there are components that come from other places too.
Yeah,
but
because it's cheap.
right.
Nike.
So we already have business being moved outside of the United States. Does that benefit or hurt the United States?
I think it benefits it completely.
How though? But because those jobs that Americans could have and use to do the same thing are being taken away and brought overseas.
But if you made everything over here, things would get more expensive. It just would. I mean, things would get more expensive. By outsourcing it to other countries, you get a cheaper rate of labor. You're able to create a trade agreement with that country, more than likely, right? It's probably your ally. You bring it back over here. You are able to sell and have an increased profit margin, while at the same time, yeah, we would have a ton more jobs doing all this stuff, right? Like if Apple made all of their stuff in America, that'd be sick. Like that'd be really cool. You know what I mean? But I mean, realistically, an iPhone already costs, arbitrary number, $1,200, right? If you brought it over and made it in America, you're probably looking at closer to $2,000 for that iPhone. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, probably.
So
I just asked.
Yes,
it's more of a
but-
hypothetical question.
But do my wages go up because of the cost of living at that point, or the cost of things?
See, I think there's a give and a take. Obviously, we're gonna get better pricing on the end product if it's made overseas. But you have a lot of people who miss out on those jobs.
Correct.
Or you have people that, those opportunities are taken away because it's given to somebody else in another country.
I mean, I agree with you for the most part, but do you think a lot of people want to be sitting and doing stuff for Nike? You know what I mean? Where they make pennies on the dollar.
That's the thing, though. But like you said, though, if you bring it over here, it's going to get more expensive.
And then
it's a give and
obviously the
take.
wages would go up.
It's a give and take. Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, like.
But here's also, you have to.
We already have people that don't want to work.
All right, so I think we really got off there. I think that's really kind of brings us back. Israel, right?
Yeah.
So we're obviously they're some sort of benefit to us.
Yeah.
Are they that much of a benefit to us where we're ready to go to war for them?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, yeah, we get intelligence from them, but you said it yourself. Their country, their nation is the size of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, small but mighty. Everyone heard the story of the 300 Spartan warriors that went up and, you know, went to war, but then they ultimately lost because they were a smaller nation and army, right? Um, I think it does more harm than good to align yourself with Israel. And this is going to sound really fucked up, but out of those two sides, I would rather have sided with Iran.
Why?
They're a bigger nation. They have a stronger military. And if anything ever popped off, I'd rather have Iran on my side than Israel. Strength-wise. I don't agree with what they do. I think that that their country is ran by a deplorable person.
Yeah.
I think that the tactics that they use in war is very war is inherently bad, or good, but also bad because you're trying to protect your home, but I mean you're hurting people, you're killing people. That's bad. But Iran is strong. They've proven that they're willing to fucking go out there and ruffle some feathers and do what it takes to try to achieve victory. Israel, I don't know that much about them. Israel's kind of that guy. Israel's kind of that guy on like in your golf outing who can hit a chip every once in a while and all that, and he has a hell of a playlist in the golf cart, but outside of that, what's he really contributing to the team? You know what I mean?
I think
Israel's me.
Israel has nukes, bro.
Everyone has nukes now, don't they?
Iran. What last I knew, Iran was allegedly enriching uranium to the point where they could produce nuclear weapons. They weren't there yet. Last I knew, doesn't mean that they're not there now.
Well, but think about this too. That's what we know. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're getting intel though.
Is the intel good?
That's a good question. Or is is what we're being fed true?
Exactly.
From the intel.
Is what they're feeding us true? The
right.
media. Is the media feeding the truth? Well, are the higher ups feeding the media
That's
the
what
actual
I mean.
thing to feed to us?
That's what I mean.
Who knows?
Right.
Everyone said Osama bin Laden did 9/11 when in reality it was George Bush. Like, I'm coming with the heat tonight, bro. I'm coming with the heat. That was George Bush.
There's a lot behind that.
That was George Bush. Fuck that.
You think so?
I know so.
All right. We'll talk about that another day.
Maybe, hey, listen, I could do a 4-hour podcast on that.
Okay.
I'm
You're going to have to bring some facts. But I think, all right, so all those bombs, all those drones, everything got intercepted. 99%, right?
99%.
I think one person died.
And then Israel's saying that they're gonna come back and do this huge attack.
Retaliate.
With what? You're gonna get destroyed.
Who will? Israel?
Yeah.
How do you figure?
I've never known Iran to fuck around.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, Israel has a decent military.
Mm-hmm.
If they send let's say, how many did they intercept?
300.
300 drones.
Mm-hmm.
And how many missiles does it say? Does it talk about?
I didn't see the missile.
Okay.
Part, so I can't speak to that
let's say Israel sends back another 300 drones. How much of that do you think Iran's going to intercept?
All of them.
You think so?
All of them.
How so?
Because I think Iran has people running with them also. Like, we got Israel running with us.
Yeah,
Iran's probably got someone running with them.
But Israel, a lot of their defense came from their Iron Dome. Did you see the videos?
No.
You didn't see the videos?
I didn't.
All right, let's see if we can find the videos real quick. And let's see.
Just type in Iron Dome.
Yeah, there we go. We can do that.
Iron Dome.
Let's see. This is from Syrian grocer claims Iron Dome intercepted its missiles. I don't know. I'm trying to find one.
Is it literally a dome of iron over the fucking country?
No. It is basically a missile launching system that. Is this it? Israel.
Wait, is it like that thing in Call of Duty when we used to play that you'd throw out there, and if a grenade got thrown at you, it'd fizzle it out?
It blows this shit up before it hits the ground. Is this Hezbollah punishes footage? Oh, publishes footage that allegedly shows the destruction of Iron Dome missiles. That was April 16th. Oh, so this is. Oh, here. This is actually. You asked this question. How it works, right here. So enemy fired rockets. Okay. Radar system detects rockets and tracks it. Control system estimates impact point, and launcher fires missile to intercept the rocket.
Interesting.
And then Iron Dome system ignores incoming threats. It determines will land in uninhibited areas.
Interesting.
So it's basically a rocket interception.
Okay.
Rocket.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But, yeah, okay. So, anyways, I can't find the video that I was looking for. But anyhow, Iran does not have that.
Okay. Do we have that in America?
We don't.
But you're
not that I'm aware of.
But so
I don't know. We paid for the Iron Dome.
What do you mean we paid for the Iron Dome?
America paid for the Iron Dome.
What do you mean we paid for the Iron Dome? And
Let's
who
see.
authorized that? It was probably fucking Hunter Biden.
The Iron Dome. From 2011 to 2021, the United States contributed a total of $1.6 billion to the Iron Dome defense system, with another $1 billion approved by the U.S. Congress in 2022. We paid for the Iron Dome.
Why would we do that?
Let's ask Google. Let's see if they know. Why did the U.S. pay for the Iron Dome? White House spokesman Tommy Vitor stated the president recognizes the threat missiles and rockets fired by Hamas and Hezbollah pose to Israelis and has therefore decided to seek funding from Congress to basically
seek funding to support the production of Israel's short-range rocket defense system.
But the thing is, like, basically we're just saying, yeah, we see that. But this doesn't tell us why we paid for it. We paid for it because Israel was vulnerable.
Has anyone ever helped us like that?
I don't know.
So why do we as a country continually go and spend money on other fucking countries to help shore up their defenses, to help them out, when we can't even help the people in our country, dude?
You know what? I'm curious if the U.S. is the Epstein of countries. Like,
it has to be.
We maybe not blackmail, but what we'll do is we'll just do somebody such a great favor consistently that they feel like they owe us.
I think France was the only country to ever give us anything. And
the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
That doesn't count. That doesn't do shit for us, but make it look nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and it was on Ellis Island. Gift. It was on Ellis Island where, people would come and immigrate from their countries. But it has no functional benefit as far as
it has no tangible value.
Yes. So
excuse me. Fuck. So why do we continually do this shit for people, man? Like, why? I don't understand. We talk about this deficit that we're in, like this monetary deficit the United States is in. I count $2.6 billion given to a shithole country to improve their short-range defense systems. For why?
To protect them from Hamas. That's the size. Actually, did I tell you how big
Hamas
Hamas
is
is?
the size of your fucking basement, dude. This
No.
studio is bigger than Hamas.
No, you realistically, did I tell you how big Hamas or how
you have not.
big Gaza is?
No.
So if you go from the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania, right there, Conneaut, right, along the lake shore, so along the border, down to Route 90, Route 90 all the way to Madison exit, and then north. So 90 from Madison to the border of PA, north of 90. That's how big Gaza is.
There's got to be some deplorable ass motherfuckers living in that little area.
2 million
For them,
people.
There's got to be some fucked shit going out there to make people that angry that we thought that we needed to protect them against that. Like, bro, give me 3 Red Bulls, a fucking Nerf gun with fucking tax on the end, and like just like a fucking teener of Coke, and I'm gonna be I'll solve the Hamas problem in 2 hours.
Throw a zinni.
Hey, I'll throw a Zin in all day. Coffee though, dog. It's got to be that 6 milli coffee. That shit is done, and there better be like Back in Black playing behind me, like just like some like old hair metal classic rock just going off. Like, I wish I still had my long hair too,
but Israel also has to worry about Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Hezbollah. That little fucking midget?
No.
I'm so confused.
No, it's another Iranian-backed militant group.
Okay, what do they do? Hate crimes?
The way I've understood them is they're similar to Hamas.
Okay, so they're assholes that invade and do stupid shit.
They're Arab.
Okay. They from Kuwait?
They're Muslims. They're Arab, right? So they're Muslim. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, they're Islamic.
Let's get to the root question.
Okay,
let's get back to the root question. What does America stand to gain from helping Israel?
I don't know.
And you have talked to me about reasons why.
Honestly, you know what I've heard. So
and there's nothing. I'm gleaning nothing.
So let's just pull up Google Maps here.
I love Google Maps. Cabo Verde.
Yeah, that was I think that's where Diddy went, right?
The fuck were you going to Classic Lexus for?
I wasn't.
That's not what Google Maps says.
Google Maps is wrong.
You cheating on me with another car salesman?
I already bought a new car, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so let's look at this real quick. Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Iran.
Right, there's Iran. And then
there's Israel.
Right, there's Israel.
You're
and right in here is Gaza.
Jordan couldn't do anything.
Oh no, that's where Hezbollah is.
Okay.
Yeah, Jordan.
Beirut.
No, actually, I take that back. Lebanon. Yeah, it is Lebanon. That's where Hezbollah. So to the north, that's where Israel gets attacked from. Okay. Hezbollah. And
so you're telling me Jordan, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, all these people are around Israel, Egypt, and they come and call us?
Yeah. You know what I heard?
That's stupid.
So I heard that. I don't.
Look at that. Oh, dude, I'd like to go there.
Okay. I heard that the Gulf is the Suez Canal, right?
The Suez Canal, yeah.
I heard that basically what we're trying to make happen is this Gulf of Aqaba. The main trade route instead of the Suez Canal, which would be controlled partially, I guess, by Israel, right?
It would be.
I mean, yes. It's right in that.
It's right in there.
Yeah. I don't know. And maybe America's like, fuck yeah, because look, that'll put you right into the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
And if you need to take an alternate route, like if you're here, you can cut through here to get to America instead of having to go all the way around and then getting to America.
That's a good point. Look at how fucking big.
And I bet you that's why Iraq, Iran, right? All these countries,
Kuwait,
Syria, all these countries right here, Saudi Arabia, you hear about all these countries all the time in these conflicts, Turkey, everything right in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it has to do with trade routes. I would put my money that they are trying to maybe make a canal or some kind of that would be my guess, a canal that goes from one of these access points to the Mediterranean. That would be my guess.
That's a good theory. I like that. It's probably the most sound theory I've heard in a long time. I mean, because they stand to gain so much monetarily by monopolizing a trade route through there.
And whatever countries borders those canals, that's who controls access.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like dead ass legitimate pirates, like out there stopping people, robbing them, and killing them. Like, so if you make nice with some of these countries, they'll let you do whatever the fuck you want as long as it stands to benefit them as well.
So maybe that's why.
So what? I'm gonna say something too controversial.
Do it.
So why don't we go kiss Syria and Iraq and Saudi Arabia's asses? Because like, go zoom in again.
Where to?
By Jordan. Keep going. So you got this canal right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Aqaba Canal.
Yeah.
Jordan, Israel, no, but go up a little bit. Lebanon, Iraq's over there. Syria. Why aren't you kissing their asses and making nice with everyone so you can legit just go through there?
No, because look, Israel holds all this, right? So if they bring this up through here and then just cut it across, it goes through the West Bank too. It stops right there. You see that?
Yes.
And guess who lives in the West Bank? Or this? You see this dotted line?
Mm-hmm.
That means this area is disputed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nobody actually. I mean, there's claim to this by multiple parties. You have Palestinians that live in the West Bank.
Isn't this the source of the problem? The conflict earlier in the year.
What? The West Bank?
Yeah.
No. Gaza Strip.
Oh. Well,
So
I
they're
knew the
fighting
Gaza
over here.
Strip, but you said it was unclaimed, so I was thinking maybe.
It's disputed. Not
Gotcha.
that it's unclaimed. A lot of people claim it. But the West Bank, look, I mean,
So a lot of people dispute Ashtabula or Conneaut to Madison. It's that big of a deal.
no, they know this is Gaza. They
Okay.
know this is Gaza. But this is the big thing is the Palestinians are the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. They're basically caged in the Gaza Strip.
Okay.
Like Egypt says, no, y'all ain't going this way because that's what this border is. That's Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Israel's like, no, you definitely aren't coming our way. We don't trust you. But they could take this canal right up through here, right up through Gaza. Maybe that's why they want it. Maybe they want to take it up here and then cut it through. I don't know. But I think strategically, that's why we're so close with them, right?
It blows my mind. I mean,
highly disputed area right here. All this. Egypt, you don't hear about too much, but
no,
you
you
hear
don't.
about Sudan.
I always forget that Egypt's in Africa as well. I always forget.
What's this little country? Why don't we hear about these people at all?
Eritrea?
Yeah.
Sounds like somewhere that houses dragons. Djibouti?
Djibouti. Yeah. So
Yemen?
You hear about Yemen all the time. But
yeah, do.
These two must be like, yeah, just come right on. We don't care.
Yeah, come on.
We don't care. We're not part of that. I don't know, bro.
Very interesting to think about how it all shakes out.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, Iran. I don't know.
I don't know either, dude.
Iran supplying all the weapons or supplying weapons to Hamas and Hezbollah.
Mm-hmm.
And for somehow, I'm pretty sure we supply weapons to all of them as well. Even Iran. I'll put money on it that America's sending weapons to Iran.
I would agree. I bet they are.
In some form or fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not directly, but maybe indirectly.
The Lord of War with Nicolas Cage, man, that dude was just giving guns to everyone. You ever see that movie?
No.
Great film.
I'll look into it.
Look into it.
Maybe not. Probably not. I don't watch movies. Sorry,
I
John.
don't watch movies. I'm so busy. I'm a success. I'm Anthony. Only the poors like Tom can watch movies. That's what I get when people like fucking say they
I
don't
don't, bro. I just don't. I would no,
like, oh,
honestly.
excuse me.
No, let me tell you what it is. Honestly, I would rather spend my time watching something educational or informative.
Movies are informative.
Depending on the movie.
I think any movie.
If it's like
can
a
be informative.
documentary, yeah. I mean, I see some. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but more of like a factual base, more nonfiction. Nonfiction. I like nonfiction.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, what's the last movie you actually watched that wasn't a documentary, or like an informational like biopic or something? A fiction movie.
Leave the World Behind.
Okay. Okay. So you like movies that could also be like real. So like a movie like Avatar or Lord of the Rings or
That's why Interstellar is probably one of my favorite movies.
we have talked about Interstellar.
Yeah, last podcast.
You don't like the Marvel movies. You don't like the
Don't watch
DC
them.
movies.
Don't watch them.
Is it because you don't like them or because it's just like
Just not into them. I mean, I've watched.
what makes
I've
you not
watched some
into
of
them though?
The manufactured drama. Like it's I would say because I guess it's the fiction behind it, bro.
So I understand what you're saying for the most part. But like Marvel movies,
Mhm.
right? Dude, they are drawing on this is the wildest thing to think about because I got burnt out on them. We're in 2024 right now. You are drawing on 70 years of lore. You know, that's 70 years of stories that you're drawing on and making it into a movie. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's super impressive. And then, like, something like X-Men, right? It's an allegory for racism, for hate, for bigotry, for acceptance, for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, for me, it's like, that's dope. I understand what you're saying about, like, Avatar or, like, Lord of the Rings.
No, actually, I loved Avatar.
I'm saying, like, a movie that's not, like, a Marvel movie. Like, just, like, a sci-fi movie or something like that. I understand manufactured drama. I get that, but some of this shit that they do anymore, man, is just... Like, put it this way. How old's your grandma?
Which grandma?
Your oldest one.
In her 60s, almost 70.
Okay. Not a good example. Because my dad's like 75. Oh, so, no, this is a good example. 60 years old. Do you think she ever thought movies would look the way they do now?
I don't know. What do you mean, as far as like graphics and
So, like Avatar.
special effects and shit like that?
Dude, Avatar, you don't even have an actor on the screen for most of the movie. It's all computer generated, the entire thing. And they look real, bro. Like, they look real.
Yeah, but what's your point? Like, what are you getting at?
2001: A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick. The first part of it's like a 4-part movie. The first part is called The Dawn of Man. And it's about monkeys that discover how to use bones as tools, and they discover fire and how they evolved. That looked like monkeys in that scene, or primates, whatever you want to call them. Like it looked like them. It wasn't until after the movie when my film professor was talking to us and said those were actually people in gorilla or primate outfits, and you had no idea because they played it so well.
Mm-hmm.
You went from that people dressed as monkeys to Avatar, where they literally made an entire species and just animated it and let it go.
I know, but what is your point? What are you trying to get at, though? As
Do
far
you
as
think your grandma ever thought hey, this 2001: A Space Odyssey, this is sweet. Nothing's ever gonna get better than that.
I don't know, but my question still remains like, what's like, even if she did or she didn't, like, what would the point be as far as
Because it's just so amazing what we've accomplished
okay?
and what comes next.
All right, I was just curious because I thought we were still talking about me watching Marvel movies.
Basically, I am though. Like real life, we know what happens in real life. You know, there's some fantastical things that happen in life,
Mhm.
but like for me, like I don't watch a lot of documentaries. Well, I mean I do, but there's some I just won't touch
So maybe
because I want to get away from that aspect of life.
see, I don't know. See me, I just like my brain goes all the time. So I think maybe these like I think non-fictional stuff really makes my brain go even more. Like Interstellar just makes you think. Like it just
It
makes you
does.
think. Like it. I like stuff that challenges my brain.
Did you ever see Tenet, the Christopher Nolan movie about time travel? It came out
Mm,
recently, like
I don't
two,
think
3 years
so.
ago.
Maybe I don't think so though.
It has Robert Pattinson and John David Washington in it. Um, but it's a Chris Nolan film who directed Interstellar, and it's literally about the concept of time travel,
Okay.
flipping something upside down, right? Christopher Nolan is one of those directors who I think is kind of like James Cameron in that they take something that is very thought provoking, very not real, but they can make it real. Like we don't have the fucking technology to travel through a black hole, right?
So they're exploring the
They're
hypotheticals.
exploring the hypothetical in a very tangible way. There is no
Mm.
time travel, right? But Christopher Nolan comes on there and shows you a very believable scenario for how time travel would work. You know, like how the people get sent back, that kind of thing. So I guess when I think of nonfiction, I think of like Titanic by James Cameron, right? That really happened, as we know. The characters didn't happen. There was probably no Rose and no Jack, probably no sex in a
So you're saying
car.
you would classify like an Interstellar as fiction?
I would classify it as fiction. I
Okay.
would classify Titanic as fiction too.
I could see that.
When I think of nonfiction, I think of like The People versus Alex Jones, that documentary I was telling you about.
So you're like thinking
Real
real
shit.
life events. I
Real
could see
fucking
that. I
shit.
could see that. I also find that because there are a lot of aspects of it that are so realistic that I think like even though it's hasn't actually happened, it's so realistic in the way it's played out that I see it as
This could fucking happen.
or the most or a very likely scenario. Like if it were to actually happen, it's like if I fucking if I decided to change my life right now and become a NASCAR driver, it hasn't happened. But if I wrote a story about it, well, goddamn it, it would be so real
Mm-hmm.
that I could consider that nonfiction. In my head, it's nonfiction,
Yeah,
but
because it's your story that you're writing.
yeah, and
It's your story.
it's such a realistic play, like a plausible play that I don't think it would be. I don't know some of the other stuff that you see as like fiction, where fucking I don't know X-Men. You know, Wolverine's got blades that just pop out of his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. He's sweet.
Or you got reptiles or Storm that's controlling the weather with her thoughts and shit like that.
It's sick. It's
I mean, it's
sick.
dope, but to me, that's fiction.
Absolutely. I mean, think about like, do you think 30 years from now, do you think there's going to be movie theaters?
Few and far between. Kind of like there is now. Less, but it'll be like
A
a
niche thing.
nostalgia like novelty. Yeah, it's probably gonna be open once a week, and they'll have 2-3 showings.
Absolutely. I think that you're really going to see going forward full room experiences. That's the only way you can make it better.
Like the Sphere.
No. Like, hey, a movie costs $40 to watch, but you watch it at your house. and you have a set of AR goggles on, maybe, or like a thing that goes over your glasses, and you're literally in the room experiencing the movie. Like if it's like an Iron Man movie and I'm sitting here and I'm watching it, you're Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, and you're walking around and I'm watching you talk. At some instances, you'll look at me. You don't know I'm there.
Have you seen so there are these rooms that they record movies in now. And let me see if I could just find a picture of it. So it would basically look like this. Oh, I don't even know what the hell's going on here.
Visit.
So it would basically look like this, but it's a full. It completely surrounds you. You can see here that it's kind of like a half circle, but it would completely surround you, and they would film the movie like that. Now imagine a scene, like a setup, where you were describing, you're in the goggles and you're in the scene. That, I mean, they could do that. I think you could do that very simply. Just maybe 2, 3, 60 cams. Like, so you get a stereoscopic view.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 3-dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
You get multiple layers over each other, because then you can get the depth perception.
Exactly.
Now, how crazy would a war movie be in something like that? Imagine like that movie Pearl Harbor.
Oh yeah,
with Ben
yeah,
Affleck and Josh Hartnett.
Where you're just sitting in a fucking.
Where you're just in the plane.
In a dugout, in a trench.
How crazy would that be, bro? Like, literally, you're sitting there watching the movie. You're in your home, and all of a sudden, it cuts to the next scene, and you're in a fucking trench. You're in a foxhole. Like, and all you see is the dirt, and you hear the crumbling around you and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the boom, and then it shakes.
You know how like on the video games like Call of Duty, like when you play story mode and you actually watch a story, if you actually watch a story, you'll see how you'll be like Call of Duty, you're in the trench and you have a guy that's talking to you and he's like interacting with you. So like, what if you were a character in the movie and like it's almost like a Call of Duty story mode where you're talking to somebody and then a grenade goes off and boom, you see this white flash and you hear the noise and then you're like unconscious and then you wake up somewhere else, and that's kind of part of the story. But it's like
an interactive movie.
Not so much. That would be dope. Interactive. You can make decisions that determine the outcome of the movie.
They kind of have that on Netflix right now.
Yeah, they have that on Netflix, but like a virtual reality version.
That'd be crazy. That'd be nuts, dude.
Imagine with a fucking haptic feedback vest too.
Can you imagine how expensive shit like that would be if we made it in America? Tie it back to what we were talking about earlier. At that point, you need that global market, dude. You need China. You need Japan. You need these other countries to help build that. I mean, to keep costs down.
Because I guess this talks about. All right, so we were talking about
that's a $10,000 room.
Taiwan, right? I think Taiwan.
Yo, I forgot about Taiwan. How do I forget about Taiwan?
I don't know. We did not follow the script at all, didn't we?
No, we didn't, but that's fine.
But I like the conversation because I like the conversation because it really makes you think about some of the stuff that's going on. Like, we're friendly with Taiwan, and we have Taiwan's back if China tries to take them over. Why though? Taiwan is so little, but what does Taiwan offer us?
Electronics.
Yeah, they're the computer chip manufacturer of the fucking world.
Yeah, that's why we love them, dude. Like,
but here's the fucked up part, right? So Biden signed the Chips Act. I think it was Biden.
It was.
And now we're working to have all these chip manufacturers in America.
Yeah, there's going to be one in Ohio.
There'll be one in Ohio. I think there's going to be one in Arizona, and I think there was one other spot.
I think Texas.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anyhow, so does that mean we're going to see more expensive electronics?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what happens to Taiwan after we get the infrastructure built? Do we
I don't
remain?
think the partnership is terminated. I mean, they need to show us how to do business. Maybe there's a nice
But
clause, opt-out clause for them.
once we're independent,
Yeah. Sorry, my ears itch.
do you think we still back Taiwan
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we?
because they don't offer anything to us
But they
anymore?
offered a lot to us for a long time.
So you think we owe them that loyalty?
I don't think loyalty's owed, but I think at the same time, hey, we always had a really good working relationship. You know, we helped you out, you helped us out. We don't really need you anymore, but we still got your back if anything ever pops off.
I don't think so.
Give us a call, you know.
I don't think it'll happen. I think they'll become once we're
Hostile?
independent. If China were to invade them and take them over, I don't think we would step in.
Well, at that point, that's a completely different scenario. Because if China tried to take over Taiwan, Taiwan's not offering me anything at this point, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
China is, in my opinion, one of the two nations in the world that could really fuck our shit up. I'm not sticking my neck up for Taiwan against China.
What about right now? What if China invades Taiwan right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's tangible goods and necessary things to our way of life in Taiwan being manufactured. You're goddamn right. I ain't protecting Taiwan for Taiwan. I'm protecting Taiwan for what they still offer me.
Sorry, I was looking up something. I want to. This is.
This is the time, bro.
Oh, here we go. When was this? 2023 April. Oh, this is today.
No, it's not.
Oh, a year ago.
Here we go today.
Oh, dude, what are the odds
That's crazy.
that I would pull this up one
That's
year? Okay, so the chip industry's open secret. Adversaries' military tech relies on U.S. components. Last February, but U.S. So where does it say that U.S. is supplying?
The two reports help demonstrate how multi-billion-dollar, decades-long military modernization programs in Iran and Russia have depended on semiconductors made by U.S. companies. The research calls into question the two countries' domestic capabilities when it comes to microelectronics manufacturing and demonstrates the illicit procurement and misuse of semiconductors by overseas entities.
Yeah, so we're manufacturing them. Didn't I just say something about our money goes towards their missiles?
Yes.
We're paying for both sides of the war.
Yes.
Proxy wars.
Proxy war. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So
yeah, I mean we were way off. Look at that.
Way
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that missile. That's a U.S. made missile.
that is a mighty fine U.S. made missile.
All right. So we talked about Iran and Israel and a lot of other shit. We went way off.
Way off.
But
thank you for tuning into this segment of the show. Go ahead, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this, and make sure you can get this content to all your buddies. We are trying to expand, and in order to expand, we need your help. So if you could, again, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, we'll get it rocking and rolling. And now we're going to segue into another portion of the show here.
lead us off, Tom.
All right, so we've talked a couple times on the show about sports gambling from the consumer side, right? So from our side, what happens when an athlete gambles on the sport he plays in? Well, that was found out today. The answer to that was given today. Jontay Porter, the 15th man on a 12-man team in the Toronto Raptors, received a lifetime ban from Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, for betting on himself and betting on games. It's a cardinal sin in the NBA to bet on the NBA. Now you can bet on whatever you want, bro. If you're an NBA player, you can bet on the Browns. You know what I mean? But you can't bet on what you play in. So with Jontay Porter, I don't know how familiar you are. Jontay Porter, basically, what he did was he wasn't feeling good one day, or he was hurt, I should say. He had inside knowledge of it, obviously, because he was the one that was hurt. He had a buddy of his place a bet on him to underperform in the game. And it was an unusual bet, so the bet actually froze. So no one could collect on it. It was an invalid bet. But over the course of time, he got kind of smart and would have people bet on unders for him, like one time he was playing in a game, people bet the under, and like with 3 minutes passing in the first quarter, went to his coach, "Hey, I don't feel good, I gotta leave." So everyone hit the under on him that bet on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was doing it. Then he was putting money on Toronto Raptors games for them to lose. Some crazy shit, dude. So today he received the lifetime ban, and I think it was very deserved. I think you're fucking stupid. The rules are the rules, dude.
So what game was it that he bet on?
Here, type in JOH. There you go. Jontay Porter. There he is.
I see a lot of memes.
Oh my god, a Boondocks meme for everything. Jontay Porter has been banned from the NBA for being the dumbest motherfucker alive. That makes sense. That tracks.
All right, so let's. How long is this? This is 2 minutes. Maybe they'll explain a little bit.
They'll explain it.
So this is from The Right Time with Bomani Jones.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Bomani Jones, but maybe he
brilliant.
Is he? He's
brilliant.
Okay, so let's see what he has.
Jontay Porter has been banned for life from the NBA for being the dumbest motherfucker alive. And this how this man got caught. The league's investigation found that prior to the Raptors' March 20th game, Porter disclosed confidential information about his own health status to an individual he knew to be an NBA bettor. Another individual with whom Porter associated and knew to be an NBA bettor subsequently placed an $80,000 parlay position bet with an online sports book to win $1.1 million, wagering that Porter would underperform in the March 20th game.
You had to have known that with this new marriage of gambling and sports, especially in the NBA, that Silver was going to make an example of anyone who got caught with this shit. And they're not going to miss Jontay Porter at all.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. So he didn't actually make the bet.
No, but he aided and abetted. But
did he benefit from that, though?
He went to a known bettor.
I understand that, but did he have a monetary gain?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, I'm going to go out tonight and play basketball, right? I know my line is like 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I need you to bet the under on all of that. And I need you to throw 80 grand on that.
That's what I'm asking. Did he receive a monetary gain from...
That's how I'm answering your question. Why wouldn't he have gotten a monetary gain? There's no There's no reason for him to just randomly put himself in harm's way if he wasn't going to make some money out of it. But harm's way meaning.
So the way he worded, the way Bomani Jones just worded this, if that was Bomani, I don't know which one was Bomani.
On the left.
So all I gather from that is that he told somebody, hey, Porter told somebody, hey, I'm really not feeling good today. Now, whatever that guy decides to do with that information, that's his choice.
Correct. But he did it multiple times.
Did he do it multiple times?
Excuse me. Yeah, Bomani will probably go more into it.
Let's see what he says.
Just a crash dummy here. Like, you don't think the sports books are going to be like, who the fuck is putting $80,000 on Jontay Porter? Right? It's just stupid all around. And from what I remember, there was like a Reddit that he was in where he was telling kind of, folks like if he was going to ball out that night or whatever. It's just a stupid fucking move on the skid's part, and a stupid fucking trail he left too, bro.
Imagine being so greedy that you think you're going to turn Jontay Porter into $1 million. Jontay Porter's agent doesn't think that he'll ever turn Jontay Porter into $1 million of his own dollars. Nobody's gonna make $1 million off of Jontay Porter. And this guy, really, whoever it was just like, all right, that's the ultimate. I'm gonna hit for this one lick, and then I'm gonna go on about my business.
What's the max you think you could put on a Jontay Porter parlay before the sportsbook is like, wait a minute? I feel like maybe 3,500 payout is like it's like they'll be like, okay, yeah, you know, you looked up on that. I feel like if you get into like 5,000, 10,000, people are like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
That's a great question. What the number
I don't
is,
know.
'cause
I mean, he doesn't really go into too much.
I thought he would.
But I mean, to me, it sounds like one time. Oh, and then I guess he was in Reddit saying that if he was going to ball out or not. But I mean,
But
to me,
he made multiple bets on games. He did. He bet on the games.
on himself though,
No, on the game.
that he's playing his
He's
game.
playing in, yes.
See, I don't know. I mean, if he did, that's obviously no good. But I mean, if he happened to tell somebody that he wasn't feeling good, and that person just happened to put a big bet down that he wasn't going to do well, I mean,
But here's the other thing, though, Anthony. Bomani Jones said it. Who the fuck is betting on Jontay Porter? You don't bet on Jontay Porter when you
I guess if you
sports
know
betting.
he's feeling like shit, you will.
Yeah, but like
But I mean, that would be
you
the
don't
only
go
way.
on there and bet on him because the odds aren't good. You go and you bet on like guys who like actually make statistical impacts, like Donovan Mitchell from the Cavs. Like that's a guy you would bet on, right? Because he is actually going to have a line, right? What's Jontay Porter's line when he goes? He's the 12th man on the Toronto Raptors. The only reason Jontay Porter is famous is because his brother is Michael Porter Jr., who is an NBA champion. That's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just crazy. Here, go up a little bit. Right there. Go
This
down.
one?
Nope. That one.
Jontay Porter banned for life.
Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to, like, show something. Here you go.
Okay, so this is from
So the
Pat
NBA,
Cummings.
so that's a bet slip from horse racing. The NBA banned Jontay Porter for life for betting on NBA games, which included games where he bet his own team to lose, even though he wasn't playing. I mean, the rules are though, man, you can't bet on the sport in which you play. Those are it's just the rules. Like, and I understand that it prevents shit like that from happening. You know, there's a reason Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame for baseball. He's the greatest hitter of all time, but they won't let him in the Hall of Fame because he bet on his games. But here's the fucked up part, dude. He only bet on his team to win. Pete Rose.
Yeah, I already got dicked in that situation.
He got dicked bad. He got long dicked, dude. Like,
He's still getting the dick.
he's not even eligible for the Hall of Fame anymore.
I know that's crazy. I know I've seen there been petitions for him to be eligible.
Greatest hitter of all time.
but, yeah.
Hands down.
So this is
Oh, boy.
this is Sportsbook. Whenever they saw 80,000, what did it say?
$80,000.
Sportsbook when they saw someone put down 80,000 on Jontay Porter.
Fuck all that. That's beautiful.
Bet on yourself. Always good advice. Bet on yourself.
Can you really get $150 in bonus bets on FanDuel from using Porter Band?
What? Where?
Right there.
I don't know. Don't take our word for it. Go try it.
I'm about to. You
I
already
doubt
know
it.
I've got
I doubt it. Wait, how much? 150?
You already know I got I got all the bet shit right here, bro.
I'm gonna say
I'm degenerate.
has leveled a lifetime ban on Jontay Porter. Yeah, I'm gonna say BS.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Live. What else?
Oh, here.
Bro, is this? Hold on. So there's this. It says Josh Giddey, alleged inappropriate relationship with a minor. Nothing happens. Jontay Porter gambles on games he didn't
That's not
play. NBA. Bro, is this Greta? Is that Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg?
Yeah, it is.
She got arrested?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, she got arrested. Look at their shirts. It says polite. Polite. Greta got arrested. How dare you?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh shit. What else, Tom?
So we're hearing now, like everyone was super excited about sports betting to come about, right? Like everyone was really excited for sports betting to become legal.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think it should have been legal a long time ago. Do you think it was an impediment for sports gambling that it came out and became legal, more mainstream legal in this time?
What makes this time different from any other time?
Social media, connected like we'd never been connected before. Do you think if sports gambling came out in the 1980s, it'd be a little different?
Man, that shit was already here. Just because it wasn't legal doesn't mean.
I'm talking about it being legal, where
Nah.
everyone can do it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's making any difference. Honestly, I know a lot of people who do it now that that do it often, but no, I don't think social media has anything to do with it. I don't think it plays much of a
does.
role, other than the fact that maybe. Yeah, I don't really see other than the ads.
JB Bickerstaff, the head coach of the Cavs, bro, he was getting death threats
For what?
because he was fucking with the rotation for the Cavs for a while, like because he was figuring out playoff rotations,
Oh, so he was fucking up everybody's bets.
He was putting up everybody's bets, and they were talking about killing his wife and his kids and shit, man. Like people were messaging him on social media about that.
Well, people are
fucking stupid.
I don't think social. I don't think the. I don't.
What I'm getting at with that is if it would have been out, like let's say 1989, when I was born, as an arbitrary number, it became legal. Do you think, hey, sports gambling's been around for a while? Yeah, we got this social media stuff now, but we've been making money on gambling. I've been doing this for a while. It's really not that deep. I lost a couple bucks. I ain't gonna. Yeah, fuck this coach, but I'm not going on there to threaten his kids. But now, because it's newer and it's exciting and it's the time of social media, fuck him, I'm going to kill his wife and kid.
Nah, I don't think it makes a difference because I think.
You don't think it does?
No, because I think. I mean, people are going to fucking criticize you if you fucking show the internet how to make a ham sandwich. People are going to criticize you because you didn't put enough mayo or you didn't put.
Fuck are.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would have made much of a difference. I think whether it came out in the 80s or the 90s or whatever, it became legal then. Even if it progressed with the rise of technology and with the rise of social media, I think we'd still be in the same exact state.
Okay. That's a good way to look at it. I'm just always gonna wonder about stuff in any situation. Would this be going on if it happened in the 80s rather than today? Because people just have an unabashed way of talking shit, man. And like when it comes to sports gambling, like people are fucking fiends. Like right now, like they're fiends, dude. Like, so
like I said, I know a lot of people who do it and do it often.
bro.
When I say often, I mean
Every day.
yeah.
There's these guys I work with, and we don't put bets in on the clock because that's just not what you do. But we'll text about it, after work and stuff. Like, hey, what are you thinking? Dude, we cook these parlays up where like $10 is gonna win us 120 grand. And realistically, I know I'm not gonna hit, but
you never fucking know.
you never fucking know. John Butchko, our first ever guest on this show, shout out Butch, famously told me two things. We're all one parlay away from a very different life.
That's true.
And two, what was the other thing he told me? Oh, the parlay never stops. So once you hit on that parlay, you get another lick going, baby. Like that's just what you do. Like
Just run it back.
Butchko is like, remember that movie The Matrix?
Of course.
Well, excuse me, the documentary The Matrix.
Yes.
That was a documentary.
Yeah.
The Oracle, the lady that Neo talked to. I feel like I'm Neo and Butchko's the Oracle whenever I talk to him. Like, that man is just sage advice, dude. Like, I tell him about something like, hey, I'm feeling down about this, yada, yada. I'm going to tell you what you do. You go in your kitchen right now, you put peanut butter on some rye, toast it up, throw a little smear of cold jelly on there, call me back in 20 minutes and tell me how you're feeling. So I do. I feel great. Exactly. Hangs up. That man's amazing. And he's thrown some parlays my way that made me some cash. Love that dude. But, I mean...
So he does it often?
I don't know if it's often, but I know that he's educated on what he's doing.
Right.
He's very educated on what he's doing.
But you got a lot of people who do it often at work.
Yeah. Not on the clock, not
But, yeah,
work,
no, but I'm saying they
at our
bet
work,
often.
oh my God. It's mainly what we talk about with each other.
Yeah.
We mainly talk about betting. And, like...
How many of them do you think are up?
No, I know for a fact none of them. I was up at one point last year. I was up by $100 because I only put one bet in like last year. Up to that point, it was a $10 bet, and I was at like 110.
See, I don't bet either. Hardly do I bet.
I think now, being like the age I'm at, 35, and I'm not saying I have a complete grasp on it, but I'm very frugal anymore with my money. Like, I'm not buying, but even when we worked at Verizon, I was spending my money on shoes, video games, shit. I don't spend my money on that shit anymore.
Same.
I don't spend my money anymore, bro. I give Megan my money and I give Wyatt my money. The only time I spend money is when I go to a golf course. And even I don't golf as much anymore. But, like, I see betting as such a sunk cost. Like, I'm not going to win. So I'm not going to spend the
Your
money
odds are
on it.
low.
My odds are low. I want to spend my money on something that's going to return something for me.
Stock market.
Stock market.
That's your betting. That's my
the
betting.
long play.
That's my
the
betting.
long game.
Now you could do short daily trades.
You could.
You gotta have some little bit of income or a little bit of funds to do that though.
Yeah, like
if you want to do it,
income.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're putting anything towards the stock market, just be okay with losing it because you never know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I don't play.
That's the same with betting too. If you can't afford to lose at $20 or whatever you're putting on a parlay, don't fucking
Just
do it.
don't do it.
Yeah, because if you're not okay with losing that money, like I don't go to the casino expecting to walk out with more than I came in with.
Bro, that's why I'm not a fan of I used to be a casino guy. Well, we went there for my bachelor party. You know what I mean? But I'm just not a casino guy anymore. It's just because that exact fact, dude. Like, you walk in and you're just losing money. Like, but it doesn't appeal to me anymore.
I don't know. I think I don't really care to go. Like, I would rather keep my money in my pocket, but I do enjoy going to the casino.
Sure.
Sitting down at blackjack.
It's fun.
Or sitting at the slot machines.
I just don't like losing money, dude.
I don't either. And that's why I only go there with enough money that I'm willing to lose.
Yeah.
And same with like whenever, so you've had a couple poker parties at your house. Yeah. I think the last one that I attended, I walked away with the money.
You did?
But I don't go to those like, yeah, I need to win, or yeah, I'm gonna win, or oh, I hope I win. I don't even care if I win. Just is a benefit if I do.
Can I be honest with you about those? I knew I was never gonna win. I just mainly was wanting people over.
By the time even one person is out, you're so ripped, bro, that I can see like you don't even know what cards you have anymore. You're like, oh fuck, it's my turn.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's what I just like being with the boys, dude. Like, and if it's a card game, it's a card game. But like, think about this. So this dude he's a lifetime ban from the NBA, right? Lifetime. He can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league long enough Does he get his pension?
How long's he been in?
I think 5 years.
How long do you have to be in?
5 years to get your pension.
I
Because
mean, I
here's
guess
the thing. It's not the NBA that pays out the pension. It's the NBA Players Association.
So-
It's their union. So if he's banned from the NBA, does that mean he's banned from the union?
I'm curious if the union's going to fight that.
I don't think the union does fight it. I don't think they do.
I think they would. I think he can.
Well, the union is for the player, even if the player did something really fucking wrong.
That's what I'm saying. And
Unions are
I'm
always
sure the
for it.
union has its own lawyers where they can
Oh, they have their own lawyers.
maybe bring a lawsuit against the NBA to where the NBA maybe reconsiders or
But why would you want to reconsider that? Because if you open up, oh yeah, you can gamble on your team.
maybe
Tanking, bro.
or maybe they when I say reconsider, I mean like revise the punishment or revise the ban, or maybe turn it from a ban to a 1-year suspension.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. He bet on his team to lose. Why not make it the rule you can only bet on your team to win? Because isn't that the end goal anyway? Everyone wants to win. You know, everyone wants to win the fucking game. So what's the problem if you bet on your team to win? The team that you play for. Like if me, Tom Roth, played for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You
I
can't
bet on the Cavs to win.
You
Because I'm
can't-
that confident.
you
in this.
can't intentionally win a game. You can intentionally lose a game.
But you can intentionally bust your fucking ass so that you win.
Yeah, you can try to win.
Exactly. So I'm going to put a bet that we are going to win. You can lose very easily. Oh, yeah. Oh, I bricked it. You know what
I bricked it up. Stole.
Oh, man, I'm just gassed.
Oh, out of
dude.
bounds.
Just so gassed.
Oh,
right
bad
now.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, Anth, sorry I didn't hit you on that pass. My bad. You know, crazy shit, dude. Like, I don't understand. The gambling thing in general, it's gotten a little crazy. But I think that as things going. And can we talk about, we're bringing my man Josh Giddey into this right now. That's crazy. We're comparing two very different scenarios.
Oh yeah, I'm not even familiar with that.
So
That was the
Josh
first time I
Giddey,
read that.
he's a dude from Australia. He plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, I'm familiar with who he is. I just didn't
So,
hear about this
He
situation.
was in a club, and this chick was in the club, and they ended up hooking up. It came out later that she's
True.
only 16, and yeah. But this club, you had to be 18 to get over, or 18 or older to get in.
Right.
So, yeah, it's his fault, but, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, I don't even see much news on here about it. Like that one post was like the one thing.
Here, go up real quick. A little bit. Yep.
Where at? Where do we read? Right, here?
There. The NBA investigation into Jontay Porter revealed he bet on at least 13 games through a friend's account. He bet $54,000 on NBA games and won $21,000. He didn't bet on games he played. He bet on the Raptors to lose. He
Hmm.
disclosed confidential information about his health to a bettor before a March 20th game. The bet was frozen and not paid. I love Viceroy Flair Productions' response. He threw away potential millions in the long run for a short-term gain of $20K. He could have door dashed on the side. That's true. That's true, bro.
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like you just lost your career over some bets. I didn't know
Over
he only-
20 grand.
I didn't know he only won. Hold on, another better placed 80,000 bet on Porter to win. Oh, so this is what we talked about before. So bet on him, but you don't know if Porter got any money from that. I don't know. So is that all his earnings? 21,000? If so, that's shit.
Well,
And he had to
earnings,
put 54 to win that 21.
his
that's
earnings would
some-
probably be 75. because he bet 54 and won 21. So that means he
Yeah, but
profited 21,000.
but that's what I'm saying. Your profit, your earnings, your winnings, are only 21,000.
Yeah. He's a shitty bettor.
I mean, if you're betting 54,000, I mean, you're basically going on a sure bet anyways, right there.
I just want to double my money, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even double his money, so that to me it sounds like he bet on the high odds, and because that's where you win the least amount of money, when your odds are in your favor.
May the odds ever be in your favor. Absolutely. Well, that was an interesting one. We learned a little bit about betting. We learned a little bit about Josh Giddey. So, go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe to this section of the video. We really appreciate you guys tuning in with us. And what do you think? It's almost 9:30. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean that we can end it right there, brother.
Sure.
I mean, we've been going an hour and 20 minutes,
A
and
sexy hour and 20 minutes.
and you got to roll. I know you're always on a time crunch. We're gonna be able to get Tom in here for like 3-4 hours one day. We need some guests. If you know anybody who would like to, you would like to hear from, or that you would like to see or learn about, or just us have a conversation with, please let us know. Send us an email.
To anyone.
Put it in a comment. Yeah, we'll talk to anybody, honestly. And I just want a good conversation, something interesting. I told you that's why I like nonfiction. Makes
like
my
the
brain.
Conversation. I get
I
it.
like the fiction is nonfiction.
Yeah, the fiction that's not fiction, dog. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. Talked about a lot. Again, I'm Tom Roth.
Hopefully, I'll have a haircut next time you see me.
That's Anthony Aquendo. We are part of the Cut.
Now you are too.
Now you are too.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.